Schroeder and I proudly represent Schroeder and Wallace in Wantirna South. I'd firstly like to take the opportunity to thank you all for attending today, and for the bidders out there in the crowd, I do wish you good luck and hopefully you stay warm. Now, I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank our vendors for allowing us to market the property over the past few weeks. They've certainly done a fantastic job presenting the home for us and also today as well. Throughout the crowd, you'll notice a number of my colleagues. They're here to help assist should you have any questions or queries in regards to the contracts that have been on display and or the property here behind us. Well, Melissa Austin, the managing agent throughout the campaign over there to the right. We've got Blade Hendricks standing there and Bianca scribing for me on the left. So, ladies and gentlemen, the contracts have been on display, and today's auction will take 3 parts. The first part will be the reading the contracts, the second part will be a brief property description, and the third and final fun part, that's where I invite your competitive bidding. The particulars read as follows. The vendor's agent is, as stated earlier, Schroeder and Wallace. We are selling the property described as Lot 160 on Planner Subdivision 213804 Alpha Lima on volume 9911, folio 261. Or what's most commonly known to the lucky purchaser here today and the postman, and obviously the neighbours, as 23 Paperbark Place here in Knoxfield. We are selling today by public auction, whereby 10% deposit is due upon signing the contracts, should you be the lucky purchaser, and the balance on settlements in some 60 to 100 days' time. Very straightforward. Including today's sale are all fixtures and fittings of a permanent nature. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions? I would have thought not. Very straightforward contract. You're probably just going, Bill, hurry up, it's freezing, and I totally agree. Obviously the owners inside offered me their Ugg boots before I came out and called the auction, but I did have to resist. Ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic opportunity to secure a fantastic piece of real estate here in the famous Lakewood estate in Knoxfield. It's a fantastic area. I've had the privilege of selling many of homes in the estate, and I can tell you, you're buying into a fantastic estate with some fantastic neighbours. It's a great environment. The property obviously behind us, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-car garage, sitting on some 627 square metres of land, 24 squares of living, and obviously 4 separate living areas. The owners recently painted, new carpet throughout. We've got ducted vacuum, a nice wet bar at the back there with stone benches throughout, upgrades to the bathrooms, a fantastic property for anyone looking in today's market. And let's not to mention the area, as I mentioned earlier, the Lakewood estate. We've got the Lakewood Reserve if you want to walk around. I know a lot of neighbours do, and a lot of people from out of area do come and walk around the lake. It's a fantastic little area. Knox City Shopping Centre. We've got Knox Park Primary School, which you can access through Paperbark here if you want to send the kids off to school, or you might want to have the grandchildren over if you're looking to downsize. Holy Trinity, St Andrew's College, Scoresby Secondary College, the list goes on. Waverley Christian College, I can go on and on and on. It's a fantastic area. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about it for the property and the area. I'm sure you all are very familiar with the Lakewood estate. And so, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions that were made available for your inspection prior to the start of the auction. They read as follows. The vendors do have a reserve price. The rules allow a vendor bid. Only I as the auctioneer can make a vendor bid, and I'll make it quite clear by stating vendor bid. The rules prohibit bids being accepted after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The rules also prohibit false bids and major disruptions from bidders, and prohibits bidders hindering other bidders from bidding, and provides fines for this conduct. But you all look like a decent crowd, so I don't think we'll see any of that today. Ladies and gentlemen, very straightforward. To purchase the property today, simply raise your hand or call out a bid, but I do wish you good luck. It's now over to you. Where can I see a fair and reasonable opening bid for 23 Paperbark Place here in sunny Knoxfield? The sun has gone, but it will be back shortly. What can I say to start? Fantastic opportunity. Blue chip real estate. I'm surely not all here just to listen to me. Some people are, but that's okay. I'll keep things rolling. I'll start the auction with an opening bid at $8.50 because I'm sure, definitely based on recent sales, it most certainly is worth $8.50. That's probably land value these days. I'll open up at $8.50 and I'll invite a bid at $8.75 if you like. At $8.50 with me. First call at $8.50. I'm looking for $8.75. Who's going to be the brave soul? I know we've got interest We've got an interested party after auction as well. So don't be shy. If you don't bid now, you won't be able to secure the property. At 850 now, who's going to join me? 850, I'm looking for 875. Strike while the iron's hot. Interest rates are low. Looking for 875. Second call at 850. Don't say sorry late. Third call at 850. You're all a shy bunch today. That's okay. You can't buy real estate with your hands in your pockets. I'm sure you'll warm up soon. Fantastic area. We just had 22 Lakewood Drive. It was a 4-bed, 2-bath. That went for $915. Not too long ago. At 850 now with me. We'll keep things rolling. I'll place another vendor bid at 875. The sun's out now. Things are starting to heat up. At 875 with me, I invite you interest at 900. At 875, who's going to join me? Great buying. 1 Applewood Close, recently sold on a smaller block for $990,000. This property is definitely a good buying at this price at 875. I'm looking for 9. Who's joining me? Shy bunch today. Interest rates are low. Not many properties on the market. 875. I'm looking for 9. Don't be shy. Market's hot. Interest rates are low. Great opportunity. Move straight in and start living. At 875 now, I'm looking for 9. What do we say? White bunch today. That's okay. They all sell. I'm not worried at all. At 875, I'm looking for 9. First call at 875. Second call at 875. Third and final call at 875. Any further interest? White bunch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put a slight pause on the auction. I'm going to go in and have a chat with our vendors and I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you for your patience. At this stage, we haven't quite reached our vendor's reserve price, and we do know, based on recent sales, the property is worth more than where we are at the moment. I'm going to place one more vendor bid. We're going to place a vendor bid at $925, because we definitely know it's worth that based on more recent sales. I'm going to place a vendor bid at $925. Anyone else joins me, all good and well. If not, I'll be passing the property in. As I said earlier, we do have interest after auction. They cannot bid under auction conditions. So if you have any interest, please bid now. Otherwise, we'll pass the property in and enter into negotiations with some buyers after the auction. So at $925, I'll call it 3 times. Join me if you like. I'll look for another 20. At $925 now, I'm looking for $945. At $925 now, first call. Good buying at that. 1 Applewood Close, as I mentioned, 4 bed, 2 bath, smaller block, went for $990. Second call at $925. I'm looking for $945. Don't say sorry later. Great opportunity. Lakewood Estate holds its own. Third call at $925. Any further interest? Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. You've all spoken, you've all come to have a look, and at this point we will pass the property in at $925 and enter into negotiations with some interested parties after auction. We do thank you all for your attendance. Have a fantastic day, and I'm sure you'll see a sold sticker on the board in the next few days. Thank you.